Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 4th grade concept of types of triangles. This is standard 4.6C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 20 off the 2016 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have a simple question, or it seems simple. Which triangle appears to be acute? But that's all we have, and we have no definitions for any type of triangle on our answer document, on our formula chart, so we have to know what these are. So there are 3 types of triangles, and I'm going to start with probably our most important type of triangle, at least when we are defining them by their angle measure, which is what we focus on in 4th grade. So the most important is a right triangle, and it is a triangle that has, as you can guess it, one right angle. Now, what is a right angle? Let me draw an example of it, and you can see we've got a square corner right here. Sometimes the two sides are the same length, sometimes they're not the same length, but it has one right angle. That's that right angle. So sometimes we'll call it 90-degree angle. If we're measuring it like with a protractor, it's exactly 90 degrees. Or sometimes we'll even call it like a square corner, because that's a really good way to visualize what a right angle is, because think of it as the corner of a square or even a rectangle. Those have all right angles. Now, you can only have one right angle within a triangle. If you try to draw a triangle with more than one right angle, it's not a triangle anymore. It's going to end up being a quadrilateral or greater. So a right triangle only has one right angle, and then the other two are acute. Now, what is acute? Well, that's what we'll look at next, but that's that word that we were looking at. So one right angle, and the other two are acute. So let's take a look at acute. Acute triangles have all 3 angles are, and here's what acute means, less than 90 degrees. So it's smaller than a right angle. That's all that means. An acute triangle is smaller than a 90 degree. All 3 angles are less than that. So if this is my right triangle right down there, you'll see an acute angle can be something like this, because that opening is smaller than this 90-degree opening. It could be just barely smaller. See how that's just a little bit slanted, or it can be absolutely tiny to where it doesn't even look like there's an opening right there. So an acute triangle, which is what we're looking for, has all 3 angles that are less than 90. And then there's the obtuse. That's the third one. So obtuse is going to kind of be like right. It's going to have one, but instead of a right angle, it's going to have one obtuse angle. And then kind of like the right, the other two are acute. It's impossible to draw a triangle with more than one obtuse angle. So what is that obtuse angle? That obtuse angle is, well, if the acute is less than 90, this means it is greater than 90. So you notice that everything that we do with triangles revolves around that right angle. Is it greater than 90? It's obtuse. Is it less than 90? It's acute. Some examples might be like this. You've got that one really big angle right there. So let's label right here. That is a big label, much larger than your 90. So that is obtuse. Not what we're looking for. G, that looks smaller than 90. That looks smaller than 90. That looks smaller than 90. That could be it. H, that looks like a right angle right there, so we're going to call that a right triangle. And then J, it's not as big as F, but that is an obtuse angle, because you can kind of make a square corner right there. It's bigger than that. So our answer here for acute is G.